rope around my neck.
The accused attackers, caught on tape buying red hats and ski masks, now testifying against him before a grand jury.
I'm pissed off.
What is it that has you so angry? Is it the attackers?
It's the attackers, but it's also the attacks. It's like, you know, at first it was a thing of like, listen, if I tell the truth, then that's it, because it's the truth. Mm-hmm. Then it became a thing of like, oh, how can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that? It's the truth. And then it became a thing of like, oh, it's not necessarily that you don't believe that this is the truth. You don't even want to see the truth.
So the Jussie Smollett case was opened again, so I guess we can go back and talk about it. We all remember what happened, right? The gay actor from Empire decided to go get a Subway sandwich at 2 a.m. and then got jumped by those two racist Republican white MAGA hat wearing 2 a.m. Chicago. And then the entire celebrity group and obviously the liberals went crazy. The guy is half white, half black, obviously, you know, so he played the race card, the gay card, you know, every card that they could find. And then, you know, video came out of two of his co-actors in the show Empire, or what appears now to be his drug dealers, were seen on video buying the materials, the mask, the rope, and everything.
Is new now at 5:30. WGN has obtained surveillance video of those two brothers buying items likely used in the alleged attack.
Let's go to Tom Negovan, who's live on the north side with that story. Tom.
That's right, and that part of the story, Micah and Joe, does pertain to those brothers, the Arcendaro brothers, who've been talking to police and prosecutors at 26 and Cal, the Cook County Criminal Courthouse. We know they're there today. We know now where they were on Monday, January 28th, just hours before Jussie Smollett reported a hate crime in the Streeterville neighborhood. Take a look at the video of them on that day here in the Uptown neighborhood at a beauty supply shop. What you're seeing them purchase are a couple of balaclavas or ski masks, along with some gloves that they bought at this nondescript shop in Uptown, and a red cap. Specifically, we're told by staff here, they sought out those items. They don't sell a whole lot of ski masks here, they tell me, but these two brothers seem very eager to pick them up and seemed very urgent about that, according to a store security guard who tells me the brothers stood out in his mind. He had questions about their purchases, about what they were doing there, and, well, he believes he knows the answers now.
I'm amazed. I've heard about it, read about it, seen it on the news, but I never thought that I would actually be involved in what they was plotting and planning.
Now that you know, what you're hearing, does some of what your encounter with them involved make sense a bit?
It does. It does. To commit a crime, you would think necessary. You would want a mask like this to cover your face. You would want a red hat so you can pin it on somebody. So, yeah, it makes sense now.
But the guy didn't get in trouble because of Kim Foxx, who was the, what is she, the district attorney or prosecutor? What is she? She's the state attorney, Kim Foxx, top prosecutor. So, this was in February. He was indicted on 16 felony charges that he allegedly faked a hate crime against himself. A top Cook County prosecutor told Chicago police she believed the case would end up with the Empire actor paying restitution and doing community service. It would be nearly a month before prosecutors in a surprise hearing dropped all charges in what they later said was in exchange for Smollett forfeiting his $10,000 bail and volunteer work. So obviously, there's many photos of Smollett with the Obamas, Michelle and Barack. He's with, you know, all the famous Democrat liberals. So of course, you know, they went ahead and tried to start a race war. Now imagine if this was true, you know, obviously I would have concern over it as a Republican if it were true. But there is no, I've yet to, if somebody can send it to me, please, but I've yet to see a video of a Trump supporter doing anything. Still to this day. I have not seen a video of a Trump supporter actually engaging in something that would be considered racist. It's only been Democrats. It's only been this idiot Jussie Smollett, and now it comes out that they released apparently between 500 and 2,000 pages apparently of documents. This is longer than the Mueller report. They had more information on Jussie Smollett than they did for Trump and Russia collusion. Can you imagine that? That doesn't even make sense. But now it does because, it's coming out that he paid the Nigerian brothers for ecstasy, cocaine, text, and Venmo transaction show. So the guy is a druggie. He obviously probably does the whole, party and sex, and you would think at this age he would be past that. After you leave college, most people will settle down and become normal human beings. But when you're spoiled from the time of birth, making six figures a episode, you try to create fake hoax. Jussie Smollett has an additional connection to the two Nigerian brothers he claimed attacked him. Drugs. Chicago police released a set of text messages between Smollett and the brothers on Thursday, which showed Smollett asking to buy ecstasy, marijuana, and other drugs. Marijuana is not a drug, so we're going to have to separate that from everything else this moron was doing. The conversation is backed up by a Venmo transaction, the report claims. Smollett texted the brothers Abel and Ola Azandario in September inquiring about the drugs. Niggas! That's how you know this dude is corny as fuck. He starts off the text with niggas! You still got the Molly Connect. Oh my god, how old is this dude? Jussie. This dude's pushing 40. He's pushing 40. Jussie Smollett is pushing 40 years old and sending text messages talking about niggas, you still got the Molly Connect. Smollett asked, according to the police report obtained by the Daily Beast. Ha 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 ha. I'ma need a good faux pills. Ha ha ha. I'm not joking either. This is his text messages. Other instances were specified with similar interactions in which Smollett asked for a variety of drugs from ecstasy and cocaine, and then that's where the drugs stop, and then they say to marijuana, but that's a plant, so we're gonna again leave that out. He paid the brothers through Venmo and PayPal. The text also seemed to allude to the attack on Smollett in late January. Smollett texted the brothers early in the month wanting to meet face to face and discuss something. Smollett was later beaten by two masked men, and the actor claimed it was a racist and sexist hate crime. He was later charged for faking the attack. State Attorney Kim Foxx dismissed all charges against Smollett in March. To the distaste of former Chicago Mayor Emanuel and Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson, both stated Smollett is guilty. This is the first time drugs have been brought into the conversation, but not the first time Smollett has been linked to the brothers. Both appeared as extras on the Smollett Show Empire, which films in Chicago. Smollett also cut a $3,500 check. The check memo specified it was for workout and nutrition plan. That would be in the text messages. So now that we're getting, you see, this is the problem with getting more information, is that we can start piecing things together. If it was for workout and nutrition, that would have been in the text messages. But no, he said, let's meet face to face because I got something to discuss. I need you guys to go buy some ropes, some masks, two big black, where are they from? Nigeria. Two big black brothers from Nigeria. This is the definition of the shine. The akata. That would be in the text messages. But no, the drugs are there. The plant, marijuana is there. The ecstasy, the cocaine. Paid through Venmo and PayPal. But the only thing that's missing is the workout and nutrition plan. So you guys see how that doesn't add up, right? And people still believed him. He was the gay Tupac. Truly amazing stuff. We can keep going, but there's really no point. I hope they bring charges against him and take him down. Would be quite hilarious to watch. I really don't care. I have no interest in the guy, but it's a funny story, and I wanted to bring it to you guys. So.
As I was crossing in Australia, because he was on an Australian tour with one of his other clients, and I said, "Yo, call me when you can." He called me immediately, and while he was on the phone, I heard, as I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire. And I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't Empire. And I didn't answer. I kept walking, and then I heard Empire. So I turned around and I said, "Did you just say to me?" And I see the attacker masked, and he said, "This MAGA country," punches me right in the face. So I punched his ass back. And then we started tussling. You know, it was very icy, and we ended up tussling by the stairs. Fighting. There was a second person involved who was kicking me in my back. And then it just stopped. And they ran off. And I saw where they ran. And the phone was in my pocket, but it had fallen out. And it was sitting there. And my manager was still on the phone. So I picked up the phone and I said, "Brandon." And he's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "I was just jumped." And then I looked down and I see that there's a rope around my neck, which I hadn't.
You hadn't noticed it before?
No, because it was so fast. You know what I'm saying? It was so fast.
How long did this all
It felt like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds, honestly. I can't tell you honestly.